The wind howled through the cold streets of Chicago as Ethan pulled his thin jacket tighter around his shivering frame. He had been living on the streets for almost a year now, ever since life had crumbled in a series of blows he never saw coming. Once a carpenter with a small workshop and a modest apartment, he lost everything after a fire destroyed his shop. His savings dried up and the landlord evicted him. Now, the concrete sidewalk and the old sleeping bag he kept tucked under a bridge were all he had. Most nights he slept hungry, staring at the city lights and wondering if anyone would ever see him as more than just another shadow in the streets. It was one such night, bitterly cold and quiet, when he heard it, a faint whimper cutting through the wind. At first he thought it was the wind playing tricks on him, but then he heard it again. Following the sound down an alleyway, he found a small golden retriever puppy curled up behind a dumpster, shivering violently. Its fur was matted with dirt, and its eyes were wide with fear. Ethan crouched slowly, his voice soft. "Hey there, buddy. It's okay. I won't hurt you." The dog hesitated, then let out a pitiful whine. Ethan reached into his pocket, pulling out the last crust of bread he had saved from a church shelter. He tore it into tiny pieces and gently offered it. The dog sniffed cautiously, then took it with a trembling mouth. Ethan noticed the collar, a name tag that read, Buddy. "Buddy, huh? Guess we're both just trying to make it," he said, stroking the dog gently as it began to lean against his chest. Over the next few hours, Ethan shared his only blanket with the dog, using his body heat to keep the little animal warm. For the first time in months, he felt needed, like he wasn't just invisible anymore. The dog's soft breathing against him was a comfort he hadn't known he missed. By morning, Ethan decided he had to try and find the dog's owner. He walked the freezing streets, stopping people to ask if they'd seen missing dog posters. Eventually, he reached a small coffee shop where a notice board caught his eye. There it was, a picture of Buddy with the words, "Lost Dog! Family heartbroken! Reward offered!" along with a phone number. Ethan's chest tightened. He hesitated. That reward could mean food, maybe a few nights in a cheap motel, maybe even a chance to get back on his feet. But more than that, he thought of the family, of someone searching desperately for this dog. He borrowed a phone from the barista and called the number. A woman's voice answered, shaky with hope. "Hello? Hi, I think I found your dog. His tag says Buddy." There was a long pause, then a sudden sob of joy. "Oh my God! Please, where are you? We've been searching for days." They arranged to meet at a nearby park. Ethan walked there with Buddy in his arms, the dog wagging its tail now.